It's October the 5th, so you guys know what that means. We're 5 days into Inktober. So today I'm gonna try my best to create an artwork using ink, so well, let's get started. So I prepared a couple of necessary supplies, and first off the Canson mixed media pad. It works very well for any water-based paints. I also brought some of my most favorite ink-based pens, liners, markers, and well, a brush, because today I also plan on using Ecoline. I'm thinking that blue and gold shades might be useful for some pops of color, but we'll see about that. But I'm obviously taking my most essential Ecoline of today, the black one. So I think that's pretty much enough of the art supplies that I'm gonna need for today to create my 2019 Inktober entry. But well, before we get to using any of these products, I'm gonna grab my sketchbook and brainstorm some of the ideas. So here's the official prompt list for 2019 created by the founder of the whole Inktober idea, Jake Parker. And honestly, I was never a fan of following any particular Inktober prompt list, but on the other hand, I wasn't participating in Inktober that much, so well, today I actually feel like using the actual official prompt list, and the one that has been speaking to me the most of them is actually the first one, the ring. But I also do like husky and enchanted, but I'll focus on sketching ring first and then we'll see how it goes. So the idea I have for this word is a witch that holds some magical kind of ring in front of her face, trying to look through the ring like she has some vicious purpose to her actions. And I really want to focus on making her look rather mystical than scary. I want the other hand to also be visible on the picture to give this drawing some kind of sense of balance, since her left hand is placed in the upper right corner of the picture, so I need something in the lower left corner to kind of counteract her opposite hand. I'm also thinking about some hair accessories because the top of the picture is rather empty. I might go with the hat, and I kind of like this idea, but I'm still not 100% sure if that's the right thing to do, so I might switch it up later. And honestly, I thought that I'll sketch some more concepts for the ring and also for some other prompt words, but I kind of really like this idea that I sketched out, and I really want to turn this into a black and white ink illustration, so well, I just might go with it right away. So even though it's Inktober, I'm not going to sketch with anything ink-based, and you guys guessed it. I'm grabbing my Prismacolor Col-Erase and I'm gonna sketch with that. I love these pencils so much that I think if anyone forced me to sketch with regular graphite pencils again, I swear I wouldn't be able to sketch a thing. And as ridiculous as that might sound, it's kind of true. I'm addicted to those Col-Erase pencils. But anyway, I'm taking my time while sketching since I want my witch to look magical and sort of enchanted, like she's tempting you with her sight and the ring, of course. And once I'm pretty happy with the initial sketch, I'm going over some of the most accurate lines with the mechanical pencil. And here I still wasn't sure if the wavy hair is the best idea for this drawing. I was also considering a hairstyle with a fringe, long, straight and flowy hair, kind of sleek and shiny, but something wasn't alright, so I just ended up coming back to my initial idea, so wavy hair that is. And just before coloring the drawing, I'm going to outline it just a little bit, so once I erase the pencil lines, I can still see the actual sketch. And now we're getting to the main part of today's video, the inking process. Like some of you probably noticed when I was showing you the products, I didn't show you the actual ink. But the product that looked kind of like an ink was the Ecoline. And this is obviously what I'm gonna be using today. And honestly, I was never a fan of inks because of how limited kind of they are in comparison to Ecoline, for example. The main difference is that Ecoline is way more flexible than ink because it gives you way more time to work with, and you can actually reactivate the paint once it's on the paper. And when you're working with ink, you first of all need to be quite fast, and second of all, you need to be sure with your movements. Because if you place ink in some undesired places, it's gonna leave you with some strokes that you can't really undo unless you put another layer of ink on top of it. And well, this is the quality of ink that I'm not really a fan of. So that's why I picked Ecoline for today's medium, and even though I'm breaking the rules of Inktober just a little bit, I still think that's fine, because for me, Inktober is not about using the actual ink, but it's rather about the style that people are trying to create in. And not only the style, but of course the black and white colors, and that creates this very special Inktober-like drawing. But that's of course my own personal opinion, and you guys don't need to agree with that, but I'm really curious, what do you think about my thoughts on Inktober? And despite the fact that I'm not actively joining Inktober every year, I usually do 1, maximum 2 drawings, and that's enough for me. I still think that Inktober is such a crazily good thing to join. I still think that the whole idea of Inktober is so exciting, and I think that it makes people go out of their comfort zone a little bit and try to experiment with something they usually don't gravitate towards when it comes to mediums or when it comes to the style of drawing. my Inktober drawing turned out, and honestly I had so much fun creating it, and I think it turned out pretty cool. It's definitely something a little bit different from what I usually do, of course, as you can see. And well, the question to you is, how do you like it? Do you think that I managed to pull it off, or do you like my traditional drawings better? Definitely let me know, and of course tell me if you are joining Inktober as well. I'm super curious to hear you out, and well, I'll be wrapping up, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Take care, bye!
I'm just going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now.